Yo, what's poppin', Arizona? We back in the building. Yo, what's poppin'? Y'all hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that bell button so y'all can be notified whenever I drop this shit. I'm glad to see y'all back in the building. Yo, we got some shit to talk about. Out of South Phoenix, local rap group Cactus Boy Entertainment been receiving backlash because they canceled one of their shows. We gonna get into it. Then we gonna double back and slide out to Cali and see what's going on with the No Jumper host and Jefe as his charges got trumped up also. Listen, y'all hit that button. I'll be right back.
Try not to think too much, cause if you think too much, you think it wrong, you heard?
I'm well rounded like cabbage. I don't gotta speak English, I can flip it into Spanish. Necesita mi dinero, lo que quiero mi mujer. You can hit me on the phone, but I probably won't be there. They told me go to get the moolah, look, I'm hotter than a jeweler. Came longer.
All right, y'all. I'm back. Yo, alright, so Pig, I had to get a rap. You know I gotta light it up like that. So listen, as I was mentioning, Cactus Boy Entertainment, right? Some little young dudes coming out of South Phoenix, right off the mountain. Some real good, solid young dudes. I know them kind of personally. They are from my neighborhood. Uh, but without further ado, I'm gonna let them introduce themselves to you so y'all can get a better understanding. And if you got some time or whatever, you feel like you want to bump to some shit, go on and look up their music. You can hit them. Put them in your speakers, bang they shit. They got some good shit. But I'm gonna let y'all let them introduce themselves to y'all. Hold on.
For each of you, just for the people who are trying to keep up.
Shit, I'm CBE Pizzle from Cactus Boy CBE.
I'm CBE Leader from the south side of Phoenix, straight CBE shit. You already know what it is.
Hell yeah, you know what it is. It's CBE Lean, Cactus Boy CBE.
So now that y'all know who they is, you can put a name to the face, right? So check it. They some young dudes, right? They coming off the south side. They coming off the mountains. Um, I know they dads. I grew up with their pops, hung around the streets with their dads. They got some. They come from a real solid background. They did a show, uh, or they didn't do it. They didn't get to perform. They canceled the show, right? So the show got canceled allegedly due to low ticket sales. Listen, whatever the case may be on why the tickets didn't get sold or why the show didn't go on, right? I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna blame it on the city. I'm gonna blame it on the city, right? First, I'm gonna blame it on the city. Then I gotta blame it on their marketing, and then I gotta blame it on the hood. Then I gotta blame it on the hood. Cause listen, they neighborhood, it's a lot of them, right? They neighborhood huge. The neighborhood they occupy in, well, that they reside in. Shout out to Southside Posse. They're huge, right? So there should be no reason why those tickets didn't get sold. If that's the case, well, I don't know. I'm not privy to the inside information of the internals that got to do with their business. So I don't know. But if that is the case, the city should have rallied behind them little young dudes, right? The city should have rallied behind them. Not only just a couple choose and fews that they may know, but the city should have rallied behind them. The moment they seen them on No Jumper should have been like, all right, they serious. We're going to get behind them and we're going to push them. And we're going to put the politics to the side and we're going to put on for the city because they putting on for the city. So shout out to the Cactus Boys, man. Uh, Shout out to Pizzle. You know what I'm saying? It's my little homie. Shout out to him. Shout out to Lean. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Low. Shout out to all them dudes from Cactus Boy Entertainment putting on for the first half. It ain't easy. Shout out to the Color Papa Squad. You know what I'm saying? We did our music thing back in the day, but it ain't easy trying to be an artist and trying to put on for a city that ain't trying to put on for you in the middle of like some racial political shit, right? So it ain't easy. But the fact that you pushing and you break boundaries that wasn't broken before says a lot about the artist or the level of artistry you have, right? We living in an age where influence is what really runs. So whatever influence you have is pretty much how far you gonna go. It's a popularity contest, and in Arizona, I feel like Arizona there should be no division, right? For them getting backlash from the city is crazy because you shouldn't be put in a situation where you get frowned upon because you didn't sell enough tickets in your city, right? That's a bad look. That look bad on the city. That don't look bad on the Cactus Boys. That look bad on the city because it says the city don't support their own. So so when you man, shout out to the Cactus Boys, man. I say that. Listen, Arizona ain't gonna never be nowhere when it come to this music shit if you don't put on for the city, right? And that means putting each other on. Listen, and it ain't a competition when you got local artists. I know local celebrities. I know. Shout out to Bookie Loke, the Sicko Dudes guys. Like shout out to the homie Two Dash. You know what I'm saying? Like I know some local celebrities, Bombay. Like I know some niggas that really put on for the city with this music shit, and they don't get the recognition that they deserve. You feel what I'm saying? So even that, when you in a city, your city's supposed to put you on. You don't necessarily supposed to put yourself on, but you riding for your city, so you expecting your city to ride for you. So allegedly, if it is the case, if they didn't sell enough tickets, that's on the city. The Cactus Boys put themselves on no jumper. They got themselves a deal with the bootleg junkie or bootleg cab. Shout out to bootleg cab for putting the little homies on. They got a deal. So that means they got recognized on a higher platform. We should be recognizing them for that and supporting them and pushing them. You get what I'm saying? So I blame that on the city. If it's anything going on with the Cactus Boys, the city not behind y'all, and the hood should have stood up for y'all. Like if anything, nigga, it should have been so many different uh guys from the neighborhood, their kids, grandkids, whatever, buying these tickets to pull up and support the little homies. So, like I said, I blame that on the hood, I blame that on the city, and I blame that on the community, man. Shout out to the Cactus Boys. I'm gonna be pushing most of they shit on the channel too, man, because like I said, them the guys. That's the little homies. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all gonna be seeing a lot more of them. I'm gonna cover them a whole lot more. I should have been covering them, so that's really my fault. But I'm gonna be covering a lot of them, a lot more of what they got going on, bringing some more content involving them, so y'all can see their progress, so y'all can see how they work. So shout out to the Cactus Boys and everything they got going on, man. You can check my page for more updates about them. I'll be dropping updates and shit that go on with the squad. Like I fuck with them little cats. You know what I mean? I watch them really move and they really move. So I fuck with them little dudes. So shout out to Cactus Boy Entertainment, man. Y'all keep pushing, man. One setback, don't stop shit. All the greats took a fall. But that's how they became the great because they didn't let that fall define who they is. So Cactus Boys, y'all keep pushing, man. Y'all keep grinding, man, and keep putting that work in, man. And y'all gonna consistently be consistent. You did. Shout out to y'all. Double S stand up. Shout out to the West, the East, the North, everywhere out here. It's AZ, everything over everything. Period. So listen. You ever had a homie, right? You ever had a partner of yours? You know what I'm saying? Oh, every time you talk to this partner of yours, it's like something going on. Like you a dramatic ass individual, right? Every time you hit my phone, it's something. You dramatic as hell. Like you always got something popping, right? And finally hit your phone like, yo, I need you, I need you, I need you. It's important, right? But it's important to him, right? It's something he didn't got involved in. So he hit you like Boop needs you to pull up to be his eyes, ears, and the fields to the streets to keep an eye out for whatever mischief, miscellaneous, whatever he got going on. So you slide with the homie because you want to protect him and make sure don't nothing go wrong with him. So you slide with him because you know he kind of a knucklehead. So when you slide off with him, you end up doing everything you supposed to as a real G. You a real stand up ninja, right? So you do everything you supposed to. He tell you, man, yeah, just sit in the car, bro, and let me know if this red car pull up, right? Just let me know if a red car pull up. And you like, all right, I got you. So you chilling in the car, the red car pull up, you alert him, hey bro, this red car pulled up for you. You said you wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So boom, he come outside, he come check, whatever. He jump in the car with you, y'all smash off, right? Couple days later, he get picked up by the police. But that, don't nobody know why he got picked up. Something about something that happened the other night. But you ain't correlating it with what you was with him doing. So you ain't think nothing of it like this because he always in some shit, right? So you like, damn, bro, it'll be out in a couple days, man. It is what it is. We'll figure out what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you get a call from his sister, auntie, cousin, brother, somebody that's really close to him that talked to him while he in the slam. And they tell you like, oh, he got you remember that day you took him over here to go drop off such and such with the wham or whatever? Yeah, and he told you to wait for a red car to pull up. Well, that's the day something happened with him, and then he ended up getting caught up on that later. But they somehow implement you inside of it, whatever the case may be, right? So now you in the hot seat and you ain't do nothing but sit in the car. But because somebody saw you in the driver's seat when he came out of that backyard, now they put you on the scene, right? So you get picked up, even though you didn't have nothing to do with nothing. Nobody saw nothing. You know what I mean? You get picked up. Well, because you know this individual, you were seen with this individual, whatever the case may be, they want to know more about this person and what happened and all this whole extra shit. But you being solid to the street, you can't say nothing but give me a lawyer, right? Because that's what they teach us in the street. Give me a lawyer. You can't say nothing but give me a lawyer. I need a lawyer, right? Because if you say anything other than that, you really technically talking to the police, right? So you're supposed to not say nothing but give me a lawyer. So the moment you do that, now what happens is you don't no longer have the opportunity to get out of here. Now you got to wait till these different court dates. You got to wait till these different judicial proceedings, right? So now you got to sit in here and you ain't even did shit, right? So as we slide out here to Cali and talk about this no jumper co-host, and Jefe don't care about nothing but what the checks say. Yeah, I like Buddy. I've been watching his content for a little bit. But he been put in a trick bag, something similar. You know what I mean? Without speaking too much on it. I kind of gave you a bit of a story, you know, an example to what something similar to what he's going through. And he's in a situation that I feel, right? This situation that I feel based off the evidence that we have, right? Based off the evidence that we have. Matter of fact, hold on, I'm gonna let y'all see what we got. Hold on.
It's gonna surprise a lot of people. Then we got a Crip that's putting all the blame on Munchie B. Man, things are starting to get spicy, my boy. We're gonna start it off with the rumors of Carl Welch getting
Wow, that's crazy. Munchie B involved now too?
DP'd.
Victim died of blunt force trauma in a parking lot. Now, this fits in with the rumors going around that this was apparently a DP or a gang discipline gone wrong. A DP is where a gang member, you know, does something wrong that's against the rules of the gang, and then they end up basically having to, you know, get a beat down or a discipline, a DP from the gang. Now, there was rumors that have been going around from Remo basically saying that, you know, this was a DP gone wrong, and that appears to be corroborated by this TMZ article. So this elaborates. It says Carl Welch is the person who prosecutors claim No Jumper podcast host Ant Jefe murdered. He died of blunt force trauma in a parking lot, TMZ learned. Prosecutors filed legal documents formally charging Jefe, real name Boris Chelman, and another man named Johnny Gray with Welch's murder. And the LA County Medical Examiner listed the cause of death and a few other details.
So now that we caught up, right? All I can say in the situation is, man, you got to start checking the surroundings. You got to start checking the people that you hanging with, because regardless of whatever you feel about those people, they also have lives away from you. So whatever they got going on can also carry over into your, you know, in dealings with this person. So you always got to be mindful and you always got to be observant. We really don't know too much about the situation right now, besides what these little certain documents is putting out. But I tell you what, I'm gonna keep you updated on the situation, because as we know, his bail got moved up another million. We don't know why, but I tell you what, they really want to get my man Ant Jefe off the street, and I'm rocking with my man Ant Jefe, man. When y'all get a chance, go run my man content. You know what I'm saying? You might like something that you might like, and then like something like you like something. And then it's going to be that. But again, man, listen, I'm going to end it right here. It's good to be back. Shout out to the Bat Gang. And I'm going to see y'all again tomorrow.